Humanitarian piece is actually a really important one. Of course, the humanitarian piece is just an indication or a symptom of international law and its institutions and its infrastructure that has been systematically co-opted and weaponized to demonize and delegitimize and apply double standards to the state of Israel, the Jew among the nations, if you will, which is precisely why we see anti-Semitism, or the tsunami of anti-Semitism, in response to what we have seen, including, we know, the ICJ and the ICC and so forth. The danger of the blood libel that has been actually over and over again repeated, of Israel as starving, of Israel as preventing humanitarian aid, when we know that hundreds of trucks are awaiting, actually. And the problem is, of course, Hamas, a genocidal terror organization for whom human tragedy is the strategy. So it's a win-win situation in which Israel is not only blamed for humanitarian crisis, but then they benefit from the fact that they withhold the food or whatever else is waiting, and, of course, shoot at humanitarian corridors, prevent the use of humanitarian corridors. The importance of the false moral equivalence, of which the humanitarian aid is just a piece, is actually a critical piece of understanding for the state of Israel of what I call the Eighth Front. This Eighth Front that has been raging for decades, from the 1975, when we just marked 49 years, to Patrick Moynihan, the United States ambassador to the UN's important speech with the Zionism is Racism resolution that passed there, an obscenity of which we are still paying the price of. Because if Zionism is racism, and as he said at the time, if Nazism is racism, then Zionism is Nazism, and here we are at 2024. The importance of understanding that this is a war front, that the state of Israel has to actually engage in, understanding that international law, including humanitarian aid and so forth, that you receive or give by power of international humanitarian law, is something that hopefully will actually prompt the state of Israel to take a much more active role in this war front, which we have not engaged in consistently for decades.